instantiating of an array. Instantiating of an array. Now this thing is important. What we mean by a term instantiating? Instance so then add particular term. So what we say that array is an object. So we need to instantiate that particular array. So what is the thing that we need to do that? Like let's suppose we have a variable name over here. Then we have new type and the size. Clear? So what we need to refer that we are declaring this particular array. This is how we can declare a particular array over here. So what we will be writing that, let's suppose we are int and this is our array name. We are using int and int array. Let's suppose I am taking this particular name int array and old. So what we mean by this particular statement that we need to declare a particular array. Okay? So we have int that is representing the data type. Okay? This is your array name. Okay? And this will be representing your size over here. Or it is depicting that this particular data, this particular variable name is the type of an. So we can fill all those size later on as we require. But in this particular case, what we want to, like if we want to simply declare a variable, how we write it? We just write int a. Right? So what we came to know, come to know that this is there is a data variable a whose data type is an integer. But when you the same thing that you want to show in the form of an array. So array is the group of variables. Okay, array is what? That is a group of elements or variables that are being defined with the same name. So same data type will be there, but on behalf of the single element, you can represent that particular thing with the help of a brackets. That will tell you that this is not we are talking about a single element, but we have a group of elements over there. Fine. Next is that now this was the declaration of that particular array. Next is that we have int array. So what is this int array? This is the name of that particular array. Clear? So we have int array, new int, and I will define the size over here. Okay? So when we use this element that is new, so when we talk about instantiating, that means we require the instance of that particular. Okay? So when we want to instance at particular moment, what will be the value? So in order to define or in order to use that particular value, we need to allocate some memory for that. So for that allocation will be done by using the new. So when you are declaring a particular array, you are declaring a particular array over here, you are not allocating any type of a memory. Okay, so no memory is there. But when you are defining an array with a new operator, that means you are allocating the memory to the array. So here we are allocating memory to the array. Fine. So this is how we can define that there is a declaration of array where we are just defining a data type and the name of array. ठीक है? So आपने int लिखा, name of array कुछ भी लिख लो या name array मैंने लिखा. If you are getting confused with that int, so name array and this is the size by size using this brackets you are defining that this is not a normal variable but this is a array variable. Here, second step is that you are allocating a memory to that particular array. So how you can define int array equal to in again this is not int array, this is name array as I have changed the name of that particular array. Array name equal to new int and the size over here. Clear? So this thing also I have mentioned in all those points that I have discussed earlier that we use data type, we use this brackets with the data. So whatever the points that if you are listening to me carefully and seeing this particular blackboard, you are seeing that I have told earlier also that we have to use the square brackets with the data. Fine. Next is that we can refer this particular thing. So how we can combine both these statements. How we can use that particular thing like this in array, okay? Name array. Next is equal to new int 20. Fine. So either you can write in the two this statements. One statement is this, or and the other statement this. In which first statement you are declaring an array, and second statement you are allocating an array. But there is also a case you can combine both the above statements. Okay, by using this particular sentence. So what you have to do, obviously with the data types, you can use that brackets that will refer that this particular variable is the type of an array. Okay, so you can use this in brackets, array name, okay, and then you are mentioning the size over here, new in 20, and new will allocate all those memory to the particular. Is it fine? If you are clear with this point, kindly raise your hands. Yes, what I want to show you that instantiating of an array, that how we can get the particular, if we are saying that array is an object, that how we can declare that particular thing. Okay, so the first step is that you have to mention that declare an array. What is the method? Just define the data types and the array name with the brackets. Okay. Second step is that you will define, here you are just declaring an array, so no need of memory allocation is there. So when you are defining that particular array, this is your array name equal to new int 20. So by this you are allocating memory to the array. Okay. Array name equal to new int. Either you can define this, either you can instantiate a particular array by these two steps, or you can finally write like this. It is a combination of the above two statements. Okay. So here what we are doing, if you have noticed my point, so I just want to tell you one thing, that while attending my lecture, kindly take that notebook and a pen with you, so that you can write all those important things, because you will be unable to remember each and every topic of this lecture afterwards. Okay. So what I want, that you must have a notebook and a pencil with you, plus your systems also. Okay, from next time it will be mandatory for all the students to have system with you. So I can ask any output to any student anytime. Okay, so next is that either you can use all those statements in a different way, or you can combine both the statements. Like in brackets are there, array name is there, equal to new integer and the space. So this is how you can instantiate an array, and how you can use that particular. So this is the way in which arrays are dynamically allocated. Arrays are dynamically, how we can use it, dynamically allocated. So this is also one of the statements. So sometimes in exam there is a question that justify the statement how arrays are dynamically allocated. So you just refer this particular statement, or you just refer above two statements. That will definitely that every time when that array object will be created, your memory will be allocated at that particular. Is it fine? If you are satisfied, kindly raise your hand so that I can proceed further. Okay. So in this particular slide, what we have discussed, that how we can instantiate an array, how we can declare an array, how we can allocate a memory to an array. And this is the funda only, that arrays are dynamically every time. Every time when you will ask for that particular array element, that memory will be allocated. Now let's suppose if I say that there is a 50 students in a class, that means that class must have a capacity of 50 students. Okay, so we must have that 50 table chair over at that particular class. So we are allocating some memory to that particular array element for that particular class. So same thing goes for this arrays also, that arrays are dynamically allocated. So every time, for every type of a size, we require to allocate some memory to that particular array. Fine. Next है हमारे पास assess Java elements using how we can assess this Java elements. Now the next topic is that how we can assess Java elements, Java array elements. So for this particular thing, we require for loop. As you know that loop is the only way by which we can assess all those array elements. Okay? So we can have the concept of for loop over here. So each element is assessed using the index. Okay? So we can assess each element in an array using the index part. So using index part, we can assess the region. So by default, index begins at 0. Index begins at 0. And it ends at total size minus 1. Obviously, if you are starting with a 0 element, that means you will be having the total size, the last element will be at the total size minus 1. So this is how we can use this Java. So कैसे हो सकता है that we can have for, let's suppose I need to assess elements for int I equal to 0, I less than, now let's suppose this is my array name, array dot length. ठीक है, array dot length I plus yes. So this is the operator, this is the length, हमारे पास एक operator है in this particular array form that we need to assess that particular array. ठीक है, so how we can bring that system dot out dot print element at array particular index. ठीक है, so how we can define that a iota. Fine. A on my array name was a double r. ठीक है, array. Fine. So how you can refer to this particular thing that we have a elements at array index. Okay, and it will refer to that particular array element at the particular index. Fine. Okay, so length will help you to assess that particular each and every element. So it will automatically see that what is the length of your particular array, and we can assess that length using the property. Next is that how we can declare, instantiate and initialize. So all these things are available in your my notes also. So I'm just discussing first of all on this blackboard so that you can, all these things should come to your mind. Okay, and after that I will start implementing the programs on the system also. Is it clear? So till now what we have done, that what are the different things that we need to remember about arrays in case of the Java. So what are important things? The repetition remains same as that you have discussed in your previous class also, previous languages also. So the definition remains the same. The most important thing is that arrays are objects in case of the Java. Okay, so variables are ordered in each array, index beginning with 0. Okay, next is that size of an array will be always mentioned with the integer value. Next is that how we can instantiate an array. So when you are declaring an array, then no memory allocation will be there. You can simply declare a particular array by using the brackets plus your bit that we have already discussed. Okay, and when you need to allocate a memory to an array, you have to use the new operator with it. Next thing is that we need to do that how we can assess Java array element, that is using the for loop, and how second thing is that how we can declare, instantiate and initialize. Okay, so we can together use all these concepts. We can declare, instantiate, and the initialize version. That can be done in a combination also. How? Like this. In A is here. If I don't use this bracket, that will be a normal variable. If I am using this bracket, that it means that I am mentioning the array elements over here. Okay? Equal to and all those elements. Any elements will be. So what it will show? You are declaring that array. Okay? You are instantiating an array by giving the array elements as 1, 2, 3, 4, and you are giving the elements also. Okay? So all three things are being done in combination with a particular statement. Fine. So this is also one of the method by which you can declare an array. Instantiate में क्या होता है? That we are allocating an array over here. Okay? And second thing is that the initialization. Now there are some in JDK new that we don't require new operator over here. Okay? So you might be thinking that we are not using any new operator, but in some cases, some JDK, I don't remember the exact version. At that particular case, new operator is not mandatory to use. So automatically it will allocate all those memory to that particular element. And we are giving that initialization. So what it means that this particular array element is having four elements starting with the index 0. A0, A1, A2, A3, and A4. Sorry, over here. Okay, starting with the 0, total elements, last index you got total elements minus 1. That is 3. So your last element will be at the A3. Is it fine? If you are satisfied with this particular topic, kindly raise your hand so that I can start with the executions of the program. Okay? Okay. Now what I will do that I will just implement all those programs that are related. I will first share with you my BPD. Okay? And after that I will just implement all those program on my system. You can kindly note, so it will be difficult for you to run all those programs simultaneously with me. But whatever the things that will be important, I will share with you. You just note all those things and you can implement all those things on your systems afterwards also. Clear? Okay. So all these things we have already discussed that array is a group of like type variables that are referred by a common name. So I think there is no need to discuss all the things again. So second thing is that what basically an array is. Okay. So this is how we can mention array indices. That we have a total length over here. First index set at 0 and the last index at the 8. So what is the advantage of an array is obviously it will help you in optimizing your code and we can retrieve or sort the data efficiently. So we can easily insert all those elements in an array and we can also get all those data. Okay, so random access is there that we can get any type of a data from any position, from any index we can get all those data. Okay, so what is the major disadvantage in this arrays is that we have a size limit over here. So we can store only the fixed size of an element. This is one of the things that poses to be a, one of the this side effect of this array. But we can also solve this problem in case of Java, as we know that by the concept of collection framework. So we are not having that particular topic, but there is a province also to extend your this array size by using the collection framework. Next is that, so I just next thing is that the types of arrays. I think you are available with all those things. You are know that what basically type of arrays are there. Single dimension are there and the multi-dimension is there. So this is the syntax to declare an array, single dimension array. So simply we can write that data type and there are the brackets over here. So I think I have discussed all those things, but still you can go through all those. You can use these brackets with the data type or after this data type or before this array also. Okay, and after this area. So both the way, all the ways are the same ways. You can use either of the ways while declaring your array as a single dimension. Instantiation of an array size like that. We have some array reference variable over here and a new data type and a size. So new, whenever you are using the new, that means you are instantiating something. You are allocating memory to that particular thing. At that time only the memory allocation will be there. Next is that how when an array is declared, only a reference of array is created. To actually create or give memory to array, you create array like this. So what we want that obviously as we discussed in that on the blackboard also. So when we are declaring an array, we are just creating a reference of an array. No memory will be allocated at that particular. In order to use some allocate some particular memory, we require to use that new over here. Okay, so here type spaces by the data type, size will refer the total size of an array, and variable name is the name of a array variable that is linked to that particular name. Is it clear? So we use new to allocate an array. Okay, so you must specify the type and the number of elements. That is also required. That how much memory is being required for that particular array, that will be able to know with the help of this size only. Next is that we have a declaring. This is again same statements that we have discussed. We can declare an array. Okay, we can allocate memory to array. Okay, and after that we or either we can mention both these statements one by one, or we can use in the combination of these two statements. Okay, so I think this is clear to you. That must be clear in your mind. That int, this is your array name and this is your size. Okay, this is a just depicting the these brackets are just depicting that this is not a normal variable, this is a array variable. So when you are using, when you need to allocate a memory, you require a new operator plus you have to mention the size of that particular array, that what basic size of that particular array is. Clear? Okay, so automatically when we are using this new operator, okay, so for numeric type obviously by default value will be 0, false will be for boolean and null will be for the reference type. You will able to understand all those things in your programs when you will start implementing all those things. Okay, so same thing are there. So you can study these slides afterwards also. So we have a concept of array literals also, where the size of the array and the variables are already known, like we have mentioned in this case also. So we have a int array, matlab this is the array name, new integer, and we are mentioning all those cells. Okay, so this is also one of the ways by which you can define that array. Okay, so how you will able to understand the length? It will determine the length of the created array by counting all those elements that are available in this particular brackets over here. So this is again how we can assess Java array element using for loop. Okay, so I think you are clear with this. There is no need to discuss same thing. Now the next thing is that how we can declare, instantiate, and traverse a particular array. Okay, so either we can these are the steps that you need to understand, that how we can use this particular thing. Simply what I am doing, I am just declaring. I think I must go to that programs over here now. So you just remember one thing, we will be implementing all those things through programs. The next thing, there is a one array. Exception is the topic that we will be discussing in this Java part. But before that, just remember one thing, that there is type of an exception over here in arrays. That is array index out of bound exception. Index is what? All those index sizes, indices that you are using to mention the particular elements. Okay, like A0, A1, A2, so on. So array index out of bound exception is what? That if your length of the array is in negative or equal to the array size or greater than the array size. At that time, like while you are traversing the particular array, but your length of the array is in the negative, you have wrongly mentioned your that length of array, or it is greater than the array size, or it is equal to that particular array size, then your program, then your array will be not traversed, but otherwise, and also it will give you that array, that is array index out of bound exception. Okay, so I will be discussing all these things through my program. Multi-dimension, same thing is there. Multi-dimension, we have to mention two subscripts over here, and we have a reference variable. Okay, matrix form in which you can use. So I think you are clear with this term, that first subscript mention the rows and another one mention the columns over here. So this is how we can use on, and this is one of the last important thing in the case of array that you need to remind in case of a theory part, that what is the class name of a Java array. ठीक है, तो हम जैसे बोलते हैं कि array is an object. If array is an object, that there must be an class name for this particular array also. So what will happen, that for array object we create a proxy class, ठीक है, whose name can be obtained by get name dot sorry, get class dot get name. So this slide is important. You can also note this particular thing, that that like if you are hearing to me, that from the starting of this particular array topic, I am saying that array is an object. So if array is an object, then there must be some class name for that particular array also. Okay, so for that particular case, what we need to use, we have this two method, that is get class and get name method. Okay, that can help you to know the what basically the name of the that particular class name for that particular name. How we can use that class C. Okay, so class is the inbuilt class array dot get class. Array is the name of the array, that array name that is given to us, and we will use that dot class method over here. Okay, so similarly string, whatever the name that it will able to get that particular name for that class, using that string class you can convert that name to the class name of that job. Okay, so C dot get name will tell you that what is the basically name of that particular class. Okay, so I will go to that particular execution portion. So this was all about this arrays. I have defined you all the terms that are necessary in case to mention that particular array in Java. So now I will execute all those program with you. Yeah, so this is the first program that we need to define, that let's suppose this is your array. This is a simple single dimension array is there, and we need to traverse all those elements. So how we can write, we can just defining this array name over here. Okay, and new equal to new in 5. That means this particular array contains a size of 5. Okay, and we are allocating that memory over here using the new operator, and this a is the array. Okay, how we came to know that a is an array, because we have mentioned this square brackets with that particular array. Now at here what I have done, that I have allocated all those values to that particular array elements. Okay, so I need to traverse all those elements. For that I require a length. We can say that a length function is there that I can use, and I am need to traverse all those elements one by one, starting with the 0, and the last is the array dot length. A dot length, that will tell me the total size of this particular array is that 5. Okay, so when I will execute this particular program, you can see that So my array name is over here is that array one. So I think I have already implemented this particular program. So this is Java array one dot Java. I think there is some problem with the execution. I will start from the starting. CD. My programs are in this arrays folder. So I'm just going to that particular one only. Java C array one dot Java. Okay. Now I will run this particular program Java array 1. See, you can see this output. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. This is a simple program that how we can traverse in Java. So why I am implementing this particular thing, just to you can go through all those syntax that in case of a Java, how we can traverse a particular element. So what that length is there that can define you the total length of an array. So you don't need to mention the last element. You can directly use this length portion also. Now one thing is there I need to tell you, as you people are new to this particular, this is your Java file. Okay, so once you will compile that particular program, so your Java file will be converted to your class file. Okay, so this is the bytecode that has been generated after the compilation of that particular program Java file. So you will see that for every type of a Java file, when you will compile that particular thing, a class file will be generated. Is it fine? Is it fine? If you are comfortable, kindly raise your hands. Yeah, I can see your hand being raised. Now the next thing is that there is a implementation of this multi-array. So another portion is about the multi-array. Multi-array in which you are defining the multi-dimension array over here. So how you can define that multi-array? Same thing will be there. We are using two subscripts, okay, and I am defining all those elements by default over here. Clear? So let's suppose now what type of a array it could be there. There are 3 rows and 3 columns over here. Okay, so 3 by 3 का matrix हो गया. So how we can traverse an array elements, or how we can say that by using the for loop, and we can also mention that 3 over here at the last portion we have used that length portion also. Then here we can also use the 3, that is the total size of that array. So this particular I is for the row size, J is for the column size, and you can simply use that SOP just to display your array elements. Clear? So these are the simple program that how we can use the concepts of array in Java. But further in when we will be implementing further programs, at that case we will be able to understand that how we can represent these arrays. Okay, how we can use the concept of this arrays. So meanwhile in this particular lecture you just understand the concepts and the syntaxes that we use in case of an this array portion in Java. So again I will implement this particular program Java C multi array dot Java. Fine. So again I will implement I will execute this particular program. See, this is the matrix form in which we will be able to get this particular this elements in the matrix form in the two dimensional mode. Clear? Now the next thing is that there is an array exception that I told you. Now when is the array exception over here? We will not go in so much detail. Okay, we will just see that when that what basically exception is that when we are trying to make an array, when we are trying to traverse that array, that in which a size is, we are traversing that particular array elements in which my size is either less than, greater than, or equal to. Okay, in all those cases, there is a chance of an array. We can say that there is a chance of a this exception over here. So when I will implement this particular thing, this is just for your knowledge. Okay, this is by default. If you are like, let's suppose you are having four elements over here, and you are equating that I is less than equal to array dot length. So it will give you an exception over here. Why so? Because you are trying to exceed the size of that particular array element. ठीक है, तो हमारे पास क्या होगा अगर हम इसको, आई विल इम्प्लीमेंट दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोग्राम जावा सी. So we have a name for this particular array exception dot java. Okay, spelling mistake is there. So exception is T. Okay, so at the compilation there is no problem. So when I will run this particular program, you can see that, see, this is how we can get that array index out of bound exception. Okay, 4 out of bounds for length 4. So you cannot traverse all those elements. Okay, so this is how we can able to understand that what type of array. This is the particular array only, particular exception in case of an array in which you, when you want to traverse that particular element that is less than, or either you are, it is greater than or equal to that particular array size. Now the last program is that we need to reference the array class name. So again, this is a array class name. This is important. Kindly see to it carefully. We have a class that is a predefined class over here. We are using the object of that class. Okay, and we are using a method get class. Okay, so what will happen? It will get that particular name of that class and it will convert to that string. Okay, so we will get that string class over there and we are using the name over here. Okay, and we can get that name. We will first get the class name and we will first then convert that particular class name to the name format. Okay, so it will show you that particular name. Now what do you think that what will be the name for this particular class? That is not defined by the user. Okay, so our compiler will tell us that what is the name of this particular class. How you can see this particular thing, like I am writing java c array class name dot java. Clear? Now I will execute this particular program. You just see to it that what class name we are getting. Now see, you can see this output. This is the bracket and I. Now what this I is depicting to us? Like what type of a array we are using, that is of integer. Okay. So let's suppose it will, this class name will be dependent on the type of data type that you are mentioning for that particular array. Is it clear? So I haven't mentioned any name for this particular array class, name for this particular array. Okay, so it will be mentioned by that particular JVM only. Now let's suppose I am going to change this particular name, like I am using double here over here. Okay, so double array, I am mentioning that name into the double format. Okay, now see what will be the output. Okay, now the next thing is that, yeah, see, now you are getting D over here. Is that fine? So the array class name will be dependent on the data type or the what type of a array you are having. If you have mentioned I, it will show you that I integer class. Okay, and if you are mentioning that double, it will show you the double integer class. I hope you are clear with this portion. So most of the things are the same that you have same things that you have done in your previous languages, but there are two three things that I just needed to inform you. First is about the array exception that we usually get in this particular arrays in case of a Java, that is array index out of bound exception. Secondly, I just wanted to tell you that what basically array class name is that, because every time we say that array is an object. So if it is an object, then there must be some class for also. So that class will be mentioned on that particular what type of a array you are using. If it is an integer, that will be mentioned by I. If it is a double, it will be mentioned by the D. Clear? So I hope you are clear with all this term. And the thing is that I am having some, there is one poll related to this particular arrays. So I wanted you to all to kindly be ready on your screens. Okay, so I'm sharing first poll with you. That is poll based on arrays, and total we are having three questions over here. I will give you a time of 5 minutes, and you can just see to it that what answer you are getting. Okay, students, I am going to end this poll. Yeah, I will wait for another 1 minute only. So, okay, the students, I am going to share results with you. Okay, you can see that. Okay, are you able to see my screen? Kindly raise your hands. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, that's fine. Okay, the very first is that which of these operator is used to allocate memory to array variable in Java. Obviously, we can use that new over here. So I don't know that why students have opted for that malloc and alloc, but again and again I am saying that new is the only operator that is used to allocate memory for array variable. Okay. Second is that which of the following is false about arrays. So Java array is always an object. This is true, this statement is true. Okay, so don't go for that Java is not an array element. It is a non object. It is always an object. Okay, in case if we are using that array in Java. Second is that length of array can be changed after creation of array. No, this is not possible because the length member जो है हमारे पास, that is final and cannot be changed. ठीक है, हमने we have used that that member function. We have used that function during the traversing of an array. So that length function is always a final and we cannot change that value. Okay, so all objects are allocated on heap in Java. So arrays are also allocated on heap. So this is also a true statement. So array, this is not a false statement. False statement is only that length of an array can be changed after creation of an array. This is false. Next is that what will be the output for this code. So we have a simple array over here that is having a size of 5. Okay, so that 5 what will, and here we are just printing that array. Okay, so you can see that a double r is just a array variable. It is not pointing to array if integers. Okay, you are just printing that array over here. Okay, you are not mentioning that brackets with it. So when you are using this array, so it is referring to the print garbage value. So it is not same as that print. If you want to print some location, like you are writing array 0, array 1, and all that. But simply if you are not using the brackets, that means it is a simple normal variable, integer variable is. So that's why we have the answer for the garbage value. So I am happy to see that most of the students have given the right answer as per the questions. So thank you for attending this topic regarding to the arrays. Now the next question is that is regarding the strings over here. So how we can, I think I can stop sharing these results. Okay. So the next topic is that is regarding the strings over here. Clear? So we can discuss this particular thing, that what basically a string is. So what we mean by string, this is also one of the concept that you have done in your this previous languages also. So how we can define a string? String is basically a sequence of characters. Okay, so how we can define a string? That is basically a sequence of characters. Okay, but in Java, string is an object that represent a sequence of character. Again, there is one point that you need to understand, that in Java, string is an object that represents a sequence of character. So the java.lang.string class is used to create a object. So you must remember this particular class, that is java.lang.string class is there, that is used to create a string object. Okay. So how we can refer this particular string over here? That string is basically uh, that that basically it is an object that belongs to java.lang class. Okay. Again, that Java string provides a lot of method to us, like we have done in the previous languages also. We have a compare, concat, equals, splits, length, replace, and all. There are so many methods that are available to us in the string function. Okay. Now there are two things that we need to understand, that how we can create a string object. Okay, so though there are two methods, by using the string literal and by using the new keyword over here. So again, I will just discuss all those things. I will just inform you about all the theory portion regarding this string, and after that I will implement all those program on my system also. Okay, so by string literal means that we are creating by using the double quotes. Like let's suppose this is a string, you are using this capital S over here. So this string, this S will be representing the string class, and this is the object, that is the S. So what will be doing? You are creating that you are simply mentioning that string under the double quotes. Okay, so each time when you create a string literal, what will happen, that JVM will check that particular string in its string constant pool. Okay, so if the string will be already available, it will give you just a reference to that particular string. Okay, and if that particular string is not available, it will add a new string instance, and again place that in that particular pool. Why so? So that in further in future, if you again require that particular string, you don't have to create the reference again and again. You don't have to create the instance again and again. You can just simply mention that particular reference over here. Now how we can understand this particular thing? Like we have a string s1 equal to welcome, and there is a string s2, again there is a welcome. So what do you think? Again you are creating a new instance? No, as the name, it will check one by one in its pool. Okay, so what will happen, you can see this particular diagram. This is a string constant pool that is used by Java. So what will happen, why we say that it is a string constant pool? Constant means that whose value is not changed, that remains the same. So you have seen that s1 and s2 both refer to the same literal over here. So what will happen, first of all, first time that this particular literal will be created at the time when S1 is using that particular literal. So when S2 has mentioned that particular literal, it will just refer to that particular literal. It will not create a new instance for that particular this string object. Now, again here you can see that, so when the first time that JVM will not find that string object with the value welcome in its pool, okay, so it will create that particular thing over there. So once it will be created a new object. After that, when the second string, that is S2, will require that particular welcome, so it will not create a new object, but it will return the reference to that same instance. Now this thing is required, this thing is important if we want to consider about this string portion in Java. Now, string objects are stored in special memory area that is known as a string constant pool. Why so? So you are able to understand that we don't have to create the same thing again and again. In both way, it will be efficient in order if we want to know that particular, if we want to extract that particular object, or if we want to, if we talk about on behalf of the memory efficient also. Okay, so in both the ways, this concept of string constant pool will benefit us. Now the second method, first method was using the string literal, that is this, and the another method is by using the new keyword over here. So what will happen, that when we create this string, we will use a new keyword over here. Okay, so it will create two object and one reference variable. So now you can see that when we are referring this new variable, so JVM will create a new string object. Okay, and the literal welcome will be placed in that string constant pool over here. So variable s will refer to the object in the heap, that is a non-pool element. Okay, so that's why we are saying that we will create two objects over here. So one is in the normal heap memory area, and after that literal welcome will be placed in the string constant pool. So two objects will be created and one reference variable will be created. So in our case, what is the reference variable we are using? That is a s. Clear? So how you can say that it creates two objects? One is in the normal pool, that is non-pool area, that is a heap, and another is the string constant pool. Okay, so these are the two methods by which we can use this string. We can create a string in Java. Now again we can see that how this particular thing we can use that we have a single string over here, creating a string by Java literal. Okay, another is that we are converting that character array to string. So we have a simple character array over here and we can pass that character array to that particular string. So we have converted that character array to the string over here. And the third way is that we want to create Java string by the new keyword. So I think I must go to that particular this execution portion. Yes, this is the program. You can see that we have simply passed the string over here by using the literal method, okay, and by defining the under the double quotes. Here is another way we can use that character array over here. This is the character array we are mentioning. Why character array? CH, we are using brackets with it. That is referring that it is a character array. And we are passing that character array to this particular string using the new program. And the third thing is that by using the new keyword, and we are just simply mention the this version. So this is the thing that how we can create a particular string in a system. So you can see that. So I just implement this particular program Java tree. Clear? Now the next thing is that, see, you can get this output. Okay. So in either of the way you can get the output, you can display that particular string over the your screen. So this is important to understand that how we can define a particular string. Okay. So either you can use the literal method, either you can pass in the form of a character array, or either you can use the new operator over here. Now all these are the methods. There are some of the methods that we used in the case of the strings. Okay. So the second most thing that is important, that strings are immutable. Okay. So immutable means that cannot be changed, that cannot be modified. So once a string object is created, its data cannot be changed, but a new string object will be created. So why this happens? Why we feel like that this will not change in this particular thing? So let's suppose we are taking this particular example. So what is happening that we this S is referring to this Sachin. So you can see that we are passing this string as a literal to this particular S reference variable. Now this S is being concatenated with the word Tendulkar over here. And when I use this SOP S, do you think that this will be changed to Sachin Tendulkar? No. This is the main feature of that string object, that it is immutable. Okay, you need to mention some another way. You need to mention if you want to change that particular array, you require a different date string object for them. Clear? So what will be the output in this particular case? You will see that S will refer to Sachin only, not to Sachin Tendulkar. Now, if let's suppose I want to mention that particular Sachin Tendulkar, what I will do? I will create another reference variable. Okay, so S equal to S dot concat. Now S points to the Sachin Tendulkar because, but still, if you see the actual value of S, that will remains the Sachin only. Okay, but the reference variable will point to that Sachin Tendulkar. Now, when I will use some another variable by using this particular statement, S equal to s dot concat. That means you are mentioning this particular value to this particular reference value. Fine. So you are not just simply this particular reference variable. Now after concatenation, you have changed the value to this particular object. Okay, but again in actual form, that S will refer to the Sachin only, not to Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, that Sachin Tendulkar is a modified form in the S portion. Now I will just discuss you with some this immutable concept will also we will discuss. First of all, I will discuss some of the this methods with you. Now see, now this the methods that we are having in the case of the strings, there are somehow defined in some of the ways, like we have some index operation. Okay, so all these operation, if I you can see to this my PPT, we have mentioned I have mentioned all those methods that we use in the strings in Java. Okay, so some of the methods I will explain to you. So one by one, I will dictate you all of the methods that are important, and you can rest of the method you can implement by yourself. Now let's suppose if I want to discuss this particular string method over there. So first of all, the methods that we have, that is the index methods. Okay, so now all of these are the index method we can have. So what we mean by index? Index matlab in case of an array, when we are referring something, index means the indices that we use to mention. Now let's suppose I am using this particular string over here. That is string s1 equal to new string computer. Okay, so this is the way I am mentioning this particular string over here. Now let's suppose I need to, I'm just mentioning I need to know the index of this particular character, that is m. So what will be the output in my case? We have Java C string index dot Java. Okay, now I will implement this particular thing. I will execute this thing. You can see that what according to you what will be the output string index में. So what will be the m over here? We will start with the 0, 1, 2. Okay. So index is 2 over here. Clear? So this is how we can refer to this particular string. Now there could be chance I want to, when I am not mentioning any type of an index over here, that means it will start with the starting point, that is 0. Now let's suppose I need to refer that it should start searching from the third element. Okay, so I need to start searching this m from the third element. So what we think, go for that, let's suppose I just save this particular thing. Now I will execute this thing here. Clear? Now, what do you think that what will be the answer in this particular case? That is -1. Why so? This is because our m is placed at 0, 1, 2. Okay? But I am searching from the location 3. Okay? I am searching from the location 3. But my m is available at 2. So I won't be getting that m over here. So when my search fails, it will give me the answer in the form of a negative point. Is it clear? Is it clear, students? Can you please raise your hands if this thing is clear to you? This is just a simple format that I want to tell you. I will be sharing with you all these programs and the PPT. Okay, so I will try my best that maximum of the portion that I can implement in the class, but still you can go for all those things. You can implement all those things. Again, there is, you can see that I am implementing this particular thing. You can also go for a particular string. Here I was searching according to this particular index. Now I can go for a particular string also, like UTE. UT is there. Okay. Again, sorry. So I can go for a, if I need to go for a string, you see that I am using this double quotes over here. If you need to search for a single character, you can mention with a single quotes only. Okay, I think this is clear to you. So again, I can see this, just save this. Okay, and I can run this particular program, Java, C. Okay, so UTE, it will see where is UTE. It will go for the searching of the first character. Like in my case, you can start with this: C is at 0, O is at 1, M is at 2, P is at 3, U is at 4. So it will give you the answer 4 over here. Fine. So if you want to search a particular element from the particular index only, okay, like here. So again, you can mention that particular thing. You can mention with the particular index also from where you want to search. Do you think there will be change? No, because it will start searching from this two portion, like it will start searching from the M part. Yes, answer will remain the same, 4 only. Okay. Next is that, now let's suppose last index. Now there is another type of a index methods, that is last index method. Last index में क्या करता है, that it will start search from the end. ठीक है, it will start search from the R. But remember one thing, either it search from the last or either it search from the starting. The index number will remains the same. That doesn't mean that R will not become 0 over here. 0 will be only C only. Is it clear? You can start search from either from the starting or from the end, but index value will not change over here. Index value, index number will remain the same. Matlab 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will remain the same. That doesn't mean if you're using last index, your R will become 1. No. This R will remain your 7 position. Okay, so now let's suppose I need to search from this particular thing, that I need to search last index of M. So what was the value of M is 0, 1, 2. So see what will happen over here. What the thing we will search. I don't know that why this, I think I haven't saved this program. Just save this program. See, it will remains 2 only. Okay, 0, 1, 2. Clear? So one thing that you need to remember in the case of index methods, in case of strings, that always your number, your indices will start from the 0 portion only. Okay, and the series will remain the same: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, either you start searching from the beginning or you start searching from the end portion. Clear? Now the next thing is that another again, if we want to search from the 6, now what will be the answer in this particular case? M is available at 2 and it will start search from 6. What do you think that what will be the answer? Just think upon that. Now again your index will remains the 2 over here. Okay, so last index of matlab 6, it will go here till here 3 3 6, but what will happen, it will see, it will be using this 6 index to search for that particular element. Clear? But it will start search from the first position only. Okay, but the last element will be, it will not go to search for that E and R portion, but it will search till that T only portion. Clear? Next is that this is how we can also go for to search for a particular string like this particular UTE. Clear? So again I am mentioning that particular last index of UTE. So what will be the answer? UTE. So it will search from this fourth location. So see what will answer we will get. Okay. So this will be your 4. Now where is that U is available? 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Is it clear? So your U was the first character that you need to search in this particular case. So it will, but it suggests you to search till U. Now what will happen if I change it to 3? Now what will be the answer? What do you think? Now I am going to search this particular UTE from this 3. Okay, but your U is available at 4 only. Now what will be the answer? That is -1. Okay, why so? Because this, why this is -1 is there? Because it has to search till the index number 3 only. So we have 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so our searching was still only P part only. Okay, so we cannot search for that U. That's why our answer is -1. Is it clear? Next is the index of MP. Last index of MP is there. Again, we can search for this MP portion. So I don't think so. What will be the answer in your this particular case? You just note all these points. The things that I am discussing with you, you just note all this time, and you can run this particular thing afterwards. It will obviously help you in your further program. Okay, so what will be the MP? That is 2, 0, 1, 2. Clear? So this was all about, again if I want to search from this 1, 0, 1, so it will again, the answer will remains the same over here. Clear? So this was all about that string index methods that we implement in this particular Java. Okay, so these are the some of the string index method that we have discussed. Next is the some of the string conversions also. So I think you are done with this particular string conversion, that is to upper case on to lower case. Now let's suppose I am given with this computer. Okay, so I first just simply print this particular computer, and after that I need to convert it to the upper case only. Okay, so we have a method for that, two upper and two lower case. Clear? So I just simply run this program. So some of the methods are how that are quite same to your previous this strings concept in your previous languages, but still for your knowledge I am just implementing string conversion. Okay, so I just run this particular conversion bar. Okay, this is your computer. You can see that in this computer your C is capital. So when you are converting to uppercase, obviously that the capital remains the capital and it will all convert all the lowercase to the uppercase letters. Okay, but when you are converting it to the lowercase, now this S1 to lowercase is there. So that at that time your capital letter will become lower in this particular case. Clear? So this was about the string conversions method that we simply use. So again, we have a substring method over here. This is also one of the method. So substring you can, I think you understand by substring that you want to extract some particular string from a given string. Okay. So what will happen over here that I just need to, there are two methods. Either you just give the starting index from where you want to get that particular substring. So like I am mentioning 4 over here. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So what will be the output? UTER, or either you can mention a particular size like starting with the 2 and ending with the 4. So I will discuss with you one by one. So first of all we will just see that is substring the method that is string sub dot java. Oh, that is S2. Okay, now I just run this program, so you will see the output. So we are getting a substring from this particular bar. Okay, so what you will be getting, that is UTER. That is the main thing, that you are starting from this fourth index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So UTR will be your output. Second case is that if you want to give your beginning index and your ending index over here. So what you will do over here, like if we are given with the starting index and the ending index. So what will happen in this particular case? Okay, so 2, it will start with the 2, 0, 1, 2. That means it will start with the M. Okay, 3, 4. So what will be your output? M, P, U. Clear? So we will see this particular thing. Again, I just changed the particular string, that is S3. Okay, I think that program has not been saved. Okay, so what you will be getting, that is MP. 2 say starting from 2, 3, 4, but 4 tak karna hai. 4 will not be included. So what will answer we will be getting, that is MP. Clear? So this is also one of your this string methods that we use. Clear? So I think I won't be able to complete this topic in today's session. So we will continue this particular some of these methods, and we are left with that string constructor over there, and we have further topic of string buffer builder. So we will complete this session in the next topic. We will complete this topic in the next session, because what my motive is that I should not be in a hurry to implement all those things in a single lecture only. So what I want that the things should be very much clear in your mind. So there could be some situation like where I am just you feel like that you are in a hurry, because we say that we have a one way direction over of communication. Is it clear? But due to this type of a communication, what I want that whatever the things that I am discussing on my side should reach you in the right time. Okay, so I can continue with all those things in the next lecture also, and after that I will start with another topic of that classes and object only, and with this particular string functions. So if you are, I just see that if there is any poll question that till now whatever we have done. So if I can start with that particular poll. No, there are, I have actually made that particular polling questions were there. But the thing was that we haven't completed all the topics, so you won't be able to attend all those polls. So I think I must be complete this particular topic in the next session. Okay. So any questions from your side? Yes, Abhishek. Abhishek Mahajan is there.
Ye- Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Abhishek. Okay. What do you think? Today's session was interested or not? Interesting or not?
Yes, ma'am. It was very interesting.
Okay. Are you implementing the program? No.
Not yet, ma'am, because my laptop is working very slow and I am unable to install JDK.
Okay. Still, your JDK is not being installed.
Ma'am, it is installed, but I am unable to work on it because it processes very slowly and
Okay.
the output comes very late. So it is very irritating.
Okay. Okay. I just share my PPT with you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So after that, you can run all those things. I know that even you can see also that I am not implementing each and every program,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I have tried. I have make all those concepts so that a time should not waste during this writing of a program.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm still trying ki how much I can deliver you in the form of a execution. That is more important, because
Yes,
in
ma'am.
programming is such type of a subject that unless and until you don't implement all those things, you won't be able to get the results.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Anchal Mittal is there. Okay, Anchal, you have noticed one thing that I am making changes in every time in a particular program. So what do you think that different class files are being made?
Same class for me.
Sorry, your
Same.
vo- your voice is not clear, bete. What do
Hello.
you think? What do you think that different class files will be implemented, or in the same class file everything is being run?
मैम changes same class file में input हो जाएंगे.
Okay. That thing you must understand each and every student also. Like I am giving changes in a particular program. That doesn't mean that you are having so many class files for the same program. Fine. Same in the same class file only. It will save the last recent change that you have done in that particular program. Is it clear? Isha. Isha is there?
Yes,
Isha.
ma'am.
Yes, Isha. So what different thing about arrays you came to know about in this particular lecture?
Ma'am, repeat करना.
I just want to know that what are the different thing about arrays in case of Java you are able to understand in this particular lecture.
Yes, ma'am. In this we declare array as a data type and we combine the two statement in Java of arrays. Uh, uh, array also hold the fixed number of values of a single type. So,
But apart from this,
we- मैम वो जो इन इंटाशनेटिंग
instantiating.
इंस्टांशिएटिंग ये करना है।
Mansimran, are you there? Mansimran, kindly unmute your mic. Kunal is there? Kunal, kindly unmute your mobile mic.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Vijay. Yes, Kunal.
Yes,
My question is same to you. What do you think that what is different in case of arrays in Java?
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have learned that new operator, that how we allocate a space to that using that new operator.
Okay. Secondly,
Uh, and in array, we have as we know that from previously we are studying that it is a homogeneous data type and all that.
yes.
It is same as previous.
Okay. Array is an object in case of Java.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is the
It
main
is an
thing that
object.
you need to remember.
Yes, 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 yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So in case of a Java, we have a class name for array also. This
Okay, ma'am.
thing that we have mentioned in my program also. Because array is an object, for every object there must be some class. Okay. So how we can
Yes,
get
ma'am.
that particular class using that get class name. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So sometimes it is quite difficult to maintain synchronization with the online lecture. Is it clear? So
Yes,
I just recommend that you must notice when I say this point is different, this point is different. Just note down all those things. Okay. And after that, you
yes,
can
ma'am.
troubleshoot yourself that how this thing is possible. I am trying my best to give you the best of the best, but still you can go unless until you don't implement all those things by yourself, you won't be able to understand. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Kunal. Thank you. Karthik Chadda is there. Karthik Chadda. Badal is there.
Hello.
Hello, Karthik.
Hello. Good morning,
Hello.
ma'am.
Good morning, Karthik. So, Karthik, you understood about this index methods that we have used in strings?
Yes, ma'am. All
Okay.
this strings method, how to implement using the
Uh,
strings.
so, what is the difference between the last index method and the beginning index method that we I have just discussed using that program?
Ma'am, basically, what we have to initialize is that from where to start the index. If
Yes.
we mention the index out of the range, it will print -1.
Okay, that is fine. But when we are talking about last index, that means that that our index value 0 goes back at the end, goes to the end.
Ma'am, it starts from 0 and mentions one less than the index that we have mentioned.
Yes. If we are using last index, that means that index value will not change. Okay.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
will start from the beginning only. Only the
Yes.
searching portion will start from the end. Okay. But
Yes.
the index value will remain constant. You cannot change
Yes,
that
ma'am.
index values. But
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is the searching process. Either you can start from the beginning or the ending portion.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, student, I just feeling good that you all are listening to my lecture very carefully. So I'm not in a hurry. Actually, I wanted to complete this topic in this particular session only, but somehow we won't able to complete that. But nothing to worry about that. I will continue this strings topic in your next class also. And the main thing that is we need to understand that string is immutable. This is the most important topic in our Java concept. I will also show you practically demonstrate all those things in the next class also. Is it clear? So we will just start with the next concept of this remaining concept of the strings plus classes concept will start we will perform in the next session. But before that, I just request you all that don't take this subject lightly. You can use this subject further in your major projects and the training one. So if you have a time, you just start troubleshooting your mind. You just start implementing all those things in your own way. And if you feel like any problem during this particular week or during before the next class, you can ask me anytime. You are free to talk to me anytime. And I am just trying that every time I just pass my notes to you after this lecture to your this CR, and you can get all those things from your CDs. Clear? Abhinav is there or Gagan is there? Abhinav? Abhinav, unmute your mobile. Abhinav is there? Gagan is there? Gagan?
Yes, ma'am.
Gagan, you got the previous notes for the this particular subject?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, last time also I think I have sent it to Abhinav.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you just concerned with them with him. So I am
Sure, ma'am.
passing you all the notes for the current for every session, and you just forward this all these things to your classmates.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Bache.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Okay. Okay, students. Thank you for your patience in listening. I am just going to end this meeting and hope we meet again on next Monday with the new topics and with new information. Thank you all for patience listening.